Welcome, 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 welcome. It's my pleasure to be here with you. A great enjoyment, a great fulfillment for me personally to have the privilege of your time, to be in your presence and to be able to present to you lessons and inspirations of a lifetime that has spanned over 83 years. And over 50 years of being a licensed clinical psychologist, both in California and elsewhere. The intention of what I want to present today is not only to impact you for right now, but truly is to impact you for the rest of your life. The rest of your life. That is my intention. The title of today's presentation is, We Need a Revised American Dream. We need a revised American dream. The subtitle is Health, Money and Opportunity, Unity Through Honor. I want to say to begin with that this is a blend, what I'm going to present is a blend of the practical and reality. And it's a direction. We're not going to be there tomorrow. Not going to be there in a year from now. But I'm looking over the centuries, a direction for the new American dream, a revised American dream. We need it. And certainly the American dream we have now has served us well to a good extent. And certainly in the early days of many states, to be a full citizen and voting privileges, you had to own property, a house, being one form of property. That's part of what formed the American dream of having your own home. Of course, the part of the American dream that is in the original edition and in a revised edition is opportunity. We're going to talk about what that means. And then, as I mentioned, this would be health, money, and opportunity, because we're practical people, want money and need money, and unity through honor. Now, I'm defining honor as loyalty to your highest constructive values, as enshrined within the 4 commands of honor, with the intention of causing no harm physically and emotionally. So to begin with, since honor is going to be at the foundation of this, I'm going to go over the 4 commands of honor and the pledge and the bridge. It'll take a few minutes. We study each one. So I'm going to ask you to repeat the commands after me. Raise your right hand, repeat and recite after me. I wish you well. I take full responsibility for co-creating my reality and my problems. I'm grateful for the power I gain from hardship. And then we use one of 2 commands, depends whether you believe in God or not. If you don't believe in God or wish to address God, it's, I seek always to serve my highest values. If you believe in God as I do, it would be, God, your wish is my only wish. Then we have people take a pledge to do it for a lifetime. It goes like this. As a disciple of honor, I pledge myself for all the days of my life to the 4 commands of honor, and I will teach them to those I love. I'll recite them every morning, afternoon, and evening, and I will listen to myself recite them. So we have the 4 commands, the pledge to do it all your life, to truly benefit from this. It has to be a lifetime commitment. Then we have the bridge, which is a bridge between the concept of honor and the reality of life. It's this: what's the most honorable thing to think, say, and do? What's the most honorable thing to think, say, and do? As a disciple of honor, someone who following the path of honor, as people of honor, we're no longer looking for happiness. We're looking for honor. Honor is the gold standard for everything. honor, which it turns out is the foundation for true happiness. Honor is the foundation for true happiness. We could have fun, entertainment, excitement without honor, but not true happiness. And through true happiness, we will achieve wisdom, we will achieve resiliency, we will achieve compassion. So the direction we want to go as the American people is no longer the pursuit of happiness, which is in the Bill of Rights, the pursuit of honor, the foundation of true happiness. The pursuit of honor, the foundation of true happiness. That's a switch right there. So that would be the direction we want to go as a people, as a nation, to be an honorable people. And to the extent we achieve honor within ourselves, and we know our fellow Americans are striving towards honor, that does a very important thing for us. Trust. It increases the trust we'll have in one another. Honor brings trust. Without dishonor brings mistrust. So to become a unified nation across the races, socioeconomics, ethnic backgrounds that we had before we came to this country, all of that will be transcended. We'll be unified as a people through honor. And it doesn't matter what religion a person is. Christian, Catholic, Baha'i, Jewish, Muslim, Buddhist, Hindu, whatever, Zoroastrian, whatever the religion, honor is the common denominator. So the teachings of honor, and the textbook for the movement, the honor movement, is The Teachings of Honor. I wrote that book. It's a compilation of all the teachings. The main teachings I've just mentioned to you, the 4 commands of honor and the bridge, but it goes on more, the supremacy of honor code and many other dimensions to it. It's basically, though, a simple system. And we have 25 laws of honor. So in the new American dream would be health. Not normal health, optimal health. We will pursue optimal health. To do that, of course, we need to be having a foundation of the diet to go in the direction of beans, greens, and berries as a foundation. Then whatever else a person wants to eat. You want to have some pizza, you want to have some hamburgers, but it's on a foundation of beans, greens, and berries as a foundation. And out of honor, people will not want to poison their body with the alcohol or smoking and eating junk foods because we don't want to become a burden to our family and to society. Because if we violate ourselves, well, we'll be in that hospital prematurely, taking up space, creating expense for the American people. The honorable thing is to be considerate of our family and of our nation. Pursuing health is a matter of honor. It's dishonorable to ignore our health because therefore we're more likely to become a burden, an invalid, disabled, unable to contribute to our families and society if we don't take care of our health. Now, if we take care of our health and we get sick, something happens, well, there's no dishonor in being sick as long as we didn't actively contribute to it. That's the direction we're going. I don't expect this to happen overnight. But that's the direction we're going in. So we're talking about money and opportunity. Well, it's a matter of seizing the opportunity. And I want to talk to you about an individual whom many of you know in our program, nurse practitioner Bert. Now, he's a good example of seizing the opportunity. So Bert was a patient of mine for a year. He was disabled at work, went through depression, anxiety, and so forth, just like many of our wonderful people here tonight. So Bert was a patient for a full year. And he was very into the Arnold teachings. And I mentioned to him there's an opportunity here. I'm seeing a lot of patients. I want somebody who knows the system. And this opportunity to be on my staff is available for you. Well, about 4 or 5 months later, Bert seized the opportunity, he gave me a call and said, Dr. Nerenberg, is that office still there? Can I join your staff? I said, sure, come on in. Let's talk about it. He came in. I've always liked him. He's a true gentleman of the highest order. And he knows the honor system. He learned it as a patient, there's no better background than that. None. So he shadowed me for 6 weeks, no money, just shadowed me, sat in my sessions. I told my patients, we have nurse practitioner Bert here. And so people knew he was there. And we'd have the sessions and he learned. And now he's been a therapist with me for 1.5 years, doing very well. Wonderful, wonderful service, does beautifully with the patients, very well liked and appreciated, very effective, and making really good money. So he seized the opportunity, and now there's an opportunity to make money. There's so many opportunities people have for education. I had a patient, amazing young lady. She was with me for, 9 months, maybe a year, somewhere in that lengthy stay with me. And we looked at she didn't want to go back just being the work that she was doing. But her passion was to become an RN. Of course, she didn't have the money for it. So I encouraged her. I said, well, that's a great opportunity. You'll never regret going for it. You will regret it if you don't. Well, she borrowed $90,000. She borrowed $90,000, which she has no assets, no home, just an apartment she was renting. Entered the nurse program 2 years ago, and she's going to finish next month. She'll be a nurse next month. Next month, 2 years. And to support herself, that she worked weekends, so she's going to school all week. Going to school all week, exhausted, worked Saturday and Sunday to support herself. She recognized an opportunity in terms of education, a fulfillment of her calling and destiny. She recognized an opportunity to fulfill her destiny. That's important, to recognize spiritual opportunities, emotional opportunities, as well as financial and career opportunities. She went heavily into debt. It's going to take her years and years and years to pay off that $90,000, many years. So she took the opportunity. There was a time when there was a housing collapse, the bubble burst, housing went way down, whatever. There was a lot with 3 houses on it. My wife saw it. We talked to a real estate agent. We had that opportunity. The agent discouraged us. We didn't do it. Well, each one of those 3 houses is probably worth $800,000 or $900,000 now. I could have gotten all 3 during the housing collapse. I remember back around 1976, I had an opportunity to buy a house in San Marcos. I was living in San Marcos at the time in northern San Diego County. And I could have got the house for $33,000. I didn't take the opportunity because I wanted to use the money for something else. But we all have had opportunities. We have opportunities. You have many opportunities now. We all have opportunities on the stock market. Everybody can put money in stocks. Let me tell you an example. During the pandemic, American Airlines went down from $30 a share down to $9. Quite a drop. Of course, nobody was traveling. I said to my wife, we should invest in American Airlines. It's going to come back up. Well, my wife, unlike myself, is very risk adverse, which is good because I'm a little too impulsive. I'm too I like risk too much, too open to it. So we didn't do it. Well, of course, it went up to 23. I don't even know where it's at now. It just kept climbing. But it was an opportunity. I passed it up because I had to consult with my beloved wife. my partner in those major decisions. And you have opportunities. I mean, you could have been, or anybody listening now, at that time in the pandemic, could have invested in American Airlines, made money. So we're immersed in a sea of opportunities, and particularly in America, in terms of money, particularly here. Particularly here. My father, may he rest in peace, great man. No high school education. He worked since he was 12 years old to support his mother. Worked since he was 12. He hustled. Some things didn't work out. He went to business, the photography business, and he became a multimillionaire. Worked hard. He recognized we're in America. He came from an immigrant family and was successful. We have the opportunity. I mean, people are pouring into this country legally and a lot illegally, because it's a land of opportunity. So that's still, so the revised American dream is still keeping that, but it's not only economics. All of you, without exception, have an opportunity to manifest honor in your life. The opportunities are endless. Some piece of wood's laying in the street, and you can pull off to the side and go move that. That's honorable, doing something for your fellow citizens. Somebody's very hungry, you can take him into a restaurant and feed him something. I just go on and on. The opportunities, spiritually, emotionally, are endless all day long. Somebody looks lonely and down and we show that person a kindness. That's an opportunity to manifest honor and to bring dignity to another person, to bring smile to another person. The opportunities are there towards family, loved ones, co-workers, strangers. All day long we have opportunities. So we're talking about opportunities, not just about economic opportunities, and they're important. Economic opportunities are important. But some people don't really feel as much. They're disadvantaged for whatever reason, whatever the circumstance. But with everybody without exception, whatever age, race, nationality, ethnicity, you have every day, all day long, opportunities to manifest kindness, love, ultimately to manifest honor, to manifest virtue, to do honorable deeds. You have those opportunities. And it doesn't matter if you're in America, Russia, but we're talking about the United States right now, a proposed revision to the American dream. Again, it's a blend of the practical and the ideological as a direction. It could be a century, it could be 2 centuries, a direction towards the golden age of America, the golden age. And we can do that, and we will do that. We will do that in time. Where people will put, the goal in doing this is to put honor before money, honor before sex, honor before pride, honor before anger, honor before fear, honor before everything, honor before life itself. I call that the supremacy of honor code. That's the direction of the revised American dream. We interviewed 5,000 people on the streets. We didn't define honor for them. And one subsection of 1,000 people, 70% said they'd like to have more honor in their lives. They said if there's more honor in their lives, and then they'd be happier, and other people would be happier, there'd be more peace in the world. So people are hungry for honor. The American people want honor. People are not jaded in the name of honor. They are jaded in the name of love. People feel very jaded over that, hurt by it, betrayed. But honor is fresh enough. And people hunger for it. It's a natural direction for us to go in as Americans, as human beings. Well, it's been my pleasure and my privilege to present to you We need a revised American dream. Health, money and opportunity, unity through honor. Of course, the appropriateness is we just had an election. Some people are very upset. I mean, President Trump won by a landslide. People are pretty upset about it. And that's part of the motivation to present this today, to help see a direction of unifying ourselves. Again, what I'm presenting is not a political platform. This is a universal platform that we all believe in. It's far from a political platform in any shape or form. Now, I want to open it to our distinguished, wonderful guests. I want to encourage you to ask questions, make comments, because the other listeners will benefit as much or more from what you have to say than me. Because people feel less alone. People are very hungry to hear what each other has to say. Well, we appreciate what you have to say, Dr. Nerenberg, but really are deeply moved by what my compadres have to say, my community. So with that being said, I'm going to open this up for your wonderful comments, questions.
Hi, Dr. Nerenberg. It's Emily.
Emily, good to see you, Emily.
Good to see you too. I just love this topic because I think, it's more of like, I know it's based in honor and that's the biggest thing, but it's like a problem solving technique. There's no, the parties, no problem is going to be solved with the approach that's being taken. And this just has like a higher value system, in my opinion. And I think it's a great topic and very appropriate for the time.
I totally agree with you. Emily, it's a direction. It's realistic. We are a people who yearn for this. It's not something I'm putting on anybody. We don't need to force it on anybody or try to push it. People are yearning for it. They want it. It's here. It's going to take a while. And it'll cross both the party lines. This will cross. The Republicans want it. The Democrats want it. The Independents want it. This is universal. So it will happen. It will manifest. Of course, each of us, to the extent that we're living an honorable life and passing along and bringing the honor teachings to people, we're part of our grassroots movement, of the honor movement. Thank you so much for that, Emily. Wonderful, beautiful comment. Thank you. I'd like to hear from others because other people want to hear from you.
Hello, Dr. Nerenberg. It's Kat.
Kat! Welcome, Kat. Kat was starred in a very wonderful movie recently, but that's another story. Kat, please speak up. What is it you'd like to say, Kat?
I just wanted to bring up, I talk to you about a lot of stuff. I think a lot all the time. So I've always wanted to do my own YouTube channel and get into like TikTok and stuff, because a lot of people are making money from these things, but they're going all over the world with it. So I was feeling like I think I'm going to incorporate Disciple of Honor into my YouTube as part of my journey. And if any of you guys would like to start doing this with me, that would be great. We can get it out. You know what I mean?
That'd be great. Do you want to share a phone? Do you want to share a phone number, or do you want to share maybe an email? You have an email that people could reach you at?
Yeah, it is KIDDEYKAT 2000 at Yahoo.
You want to repeat that one more time?
KIDDEYKAT 2000 at Yahoo.
Beautiful. Kat, that's wonderful. And feel free to use any of my materials for my book, my videos, any material you want to use, it's yours.
Definitely. I think this is going to be something really good if we all want to come together and do something. It'll be bigger, You don't have to, you don't always have to put your face, but I could share your story as well,
Well, a lot of stories in my book, The Teachings of Honor, a lot of people saying what ways they've been transformed. So a lot of stories are there already. If you look in the book, just pull them out and just use them. Oh, yeah, absolutely. And you, yeah, absolutely. Kat's a real visionary. I mean, a visionary. And very dedicated, one of the most dedicated of our people, very committed. And she's somebody, definitely a leader in the honor movement, who will persist in this way after she's no longer a patient of ours. She will continue on with this work. I know that. I can feel it.
Absolutely.
I feel the fire. I feel the fire in you over this. And that's inspiring to me and anybody around you, believe me, very inspiring.
Well, I'm excited, so
yes.
We'll see where this takes me.
Well, I'm a resource anytime, Kat, anytime. Text me anytime.
Thank you.
You're most welcome. Well, it was great to hear from Kat. Hearing from Emily is great. I want to open up again to all you wonderful, lovely people. A lot of people feel shy. It's hard to speak up. But I always tell people, just speak up. You don't have to have the camera on you, because people do want to hear from you. I don't need to hear from you. The people here want to hear from you.
Dr. Nerenberg, it's Fernando.
Fernando, always a great contribution. Thank you for being here, Fernando, and eager to hear what you have to say.
Thank you. I just want to say that, Bert's story really resonated with me because he's helped me quite a bit. And I always questioned why he was so easy to kind of resonate with my situation and why. And now it kind of all makes sense that he has kind of that same experience and he's doing it, because he's very passionate about it. It's been a blessing to have him help me, and
that's exactly.
That all makes sense. I get the backstory of how he even got.
Yeah, and I had to tell Bert's fine with me sharing the story that I shared with you, and I mean, you could say, he seized the opportunity. He transformed tribulation into triumph. He went from something he was deeply oppressed by and depressed by to something that gives him joy and even greater meaning. So a lot of whatever situations you're in, I tell a lot of my people who've been fired or quit, I say that you're going to find out that's the best thing that could happen to you. I was just talking to one fine young lady today. She was making $100,000 on her job. I said, that should be chump change for somebody like you. I said, you can become a loan officer. She said, oh, what's that? I explained it to her, sent her some information because interest rates are coming down. I say, when interest rates are down, I mean, I know somebody made $1.1 million. In fact, she was from Afghanistan, came to this country with nothing, and 1 year made $1.1 million. I know people made $800,000, $600,000, $500,000, $400,000, $300,000. Bottom of the totem pole was $200,000 a year. You guys passed the slicing exam, and when interest rates are low, I mean, you're not selling anything. It's just money just drops, manna from heaven. So she was pretty excited. So I said, yeah, you being fired, you're going to see it's going to turn out to be the best thing that could happen to you. So that was a conversation I just had today. I remember the case of Jimmy. He had a job supervising security in a very big firm, very big. And he was there 30 years. He was going to retire within, 6 weeks. But the people under him on the screens had a naked woman, an ex-boyfriend sent that in, so everyone was watching it, the video of her. And he saw them looking at it, but he walked away from it, just figuring, well, it's no big deal. Well, the higher management found out, and that woman found out, and they fired him. He lost his health benefits, he lost his income, and he said, most of all, I lost the respect. He said, on Christmas, everybody had so much respect for me. I would get so many gifts, would fill up my whole car. I've lost all of that. My health insurance, my retirement plan, my income. And my wife, she said, has a decent job. So I'd be home. And I said to him, guess what, Jimmy? I said, within 4 weeks, you're going to tell me that this is the best thing that could have happened to you. This is a great opportunity for you. He looked at me. Honestly, he laughed at me. You could expect me losing this job, which I love, and the people I love, and it's the best thing that ever happened to me. Yes, you're going to tell that to me. You'll see, Jimmy. You'll see. Well, it didn't take 4 weeks. 3 weeks later, turns to Dr. Nerenberg. I can't believe I'm going to say this to you. I really can't. Getting fired was the best thing that could happen to me. He said, I have a good marriage, but my wife came home one day. She looked at me and said, you know, I've always loved you, but I love you more than ever now, much more than ever. Don't think I don't notice how you're making dinner, having the house clean for when I get home. I love you more than ever. It's Dr. Nerenberg. To hear my wife say that was the best thing that could happen to me. And she never spoke to me like that before. Now, for the first time, I heard that degree of love and endearment expressed to me. Worth every penny and everything it cost me, by far. There are opportunities even in your losses, even in your defeats. There's opportunities. Spiritual, emotional, financial opportunities. But as Bert said today when we were talking, you have to seize the opportunity. See it and go for it. You got to jump in. You know, to really progress in life with your opportunities, you know, use some rationality, some planning. But at some point, you jump in, mess it up, and clean it up. And that's how you keep moving in life. You're going to mess it up, but you're going to clean it up. Excellent, Fernando. Anything else you was in the middle of saying, Fernando? I see. Okay. Well,
No, I'm good. I just wanted to really let you know that Bert does an amazing job.
Well, Bert's going to be happy to. I'm going to send him this video. He's going to be happy to hear that, Fernando.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Yeah. You're welcome. Yes.
Nerenberg, it's Anne. Good evening.
Anne. It's always good to see you, Anne. A-N-N-E.
It's good to be seen as well. Thank you. I just wanted to echo what Fernando had said. It's interesting to hear some of Bert's stories. I've spoken to him twice. Amazing. But didn't know all of his background. So it was nice to hear a part of his story. So thank you for sharing that.
You're welcome. And thanks to Bert saying that's great for me to share it. And I always tell him to tell our people this, what you went through, because it creates a connection and it even adds to the credibility.
Yeah, and he and I've spoken to him twice now, and I know a little bit. He was in radiology, just some of his background, but I didn't know. He had shared that he was a patient, but I didn't know for how long and everything. And I know he went back to school.
Probably close to a year, yeah.
It was interesting to hear, you know, your side of it as well. So just thank you for sharing.
He was a patient just like you. You don't know what kind of opportunity this is for you in life, that fact that you're out and going through what you're going through right now. Absolutely, Ann. Your name is special to me, A-N-N-E, because that was my mother's name, A-N-N-E, Ann. Yeah. Thank you, Ann.
And as I said, I know I've talked to him twice, and both times.
Oh, yeah.
You know, great. And it's nice, as I said, that you've got some extra help over there, too, which is nice.
Yeah, and he does a great job. And it allows me to have more time with the patients, because before I had to move at a faster clip. Now I can spend more time because he's actually seeing more people than I am.
Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's that.
So thank you.
You're most welcome.
As I said, very great to talk to. Really helpful the last time I spoke to him, especially with his background and everything that I'm going through. It was really a nice conversation that I had with him. So.
Well, he's going to be very glad to hear this.
Yep.
Thank you, Ann. Thank you so much, as always. We're hearing wonderful comments that are not only for you to speak, but the amount of help you're giving to the others who have an opportunity to hear you and identify with you and feel less alone in the world because they're hearing each other. Very powerful to be part of the group for the people to hear others speak. So for that reason, I want to encourage you, everybody, to whoever can, to speak up, no matter how shy you are. Just manage to stutter your way through it if necessary, but be good to hear from you.
Dr. Nerenberg.
Reginald, good to see you.
You hit it on the nose. I was just saying, I'm glad that you encourage people to speak, because actually it gives me a different perspective on the message that you give, and it also broadens my scope, because sometimes after somebody else has a comment, I say, that's interesting, or man, that's a whole nother. So I really, really appreciate that, because actually I learned from others. Everything I learned, I learned from somebody else. But, and also, I'm not sure which doctor you're talking about, but the doctor that...
Well, you've seen Bert.
Oh, yeah. Well, I just want to say he is amazing. I'm glad. I would like to just expound on that. Whatever he come from, it's a great story. But I tell you, I mean, He is amazing to talk to, and I think you're very blessed to have him as one of your.
Oh, extremely so. And I feel very secure that he's helping my people that come to see me. That puts me at peace, because I wouldn't want to put your life in somebody's hands that I don't know how they're going to be with you.
All right, thank you. He's amazing.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. He'll be glad to hear that, Reginald. Thank you. Well, you're all benefiting from each other. Yes, you are. I'd like to hear anybody else who would speak up.
Hi, Dr.
Yes, who's speaking?
Hi, it's Erica.
Erica. Very good. Erica.
Hi.
Very good to see you, Erica.
So I just wanted to say thank you. I just wanted to say that I'm really coming to appreciate the concept of honor being the foundation to happiness. I'm starting to understand it more as you kind of speak on the different ways to be honorable. There's two things that kind of struck a chord with me. One of them was honor in health, so that we don't become a burden to our family later. So I have some health things that I really need to work on that I just haven't, because for whatever reason.
Lost you, Erica, but that was a great comment. A great that you discerned that. Excellent. Erica, if you come back on afterwards, we'll speak with you further about your second point. So I'm going to open this up to whoever else wants to make a comment, ask a question. Very important to hear from each other. Yeah, Hugh.
Honor prevents a lot of things that ruin happiness, like regret, shame, humiliation, fear.
Well, Hugh was saying honor prevents a lot of things that ruin happiness. A big one being regret. Honor is the path of no regrets. Honor is the path of no regrets. And when you find a way of honor, doesn't mean everything's going to go well in a material sense, but you'll never have regrets because you went the way of honor. It is a path of no regrets, absolutely. And you never regret going with honor. You can and will regret if you go a dishonorable way. Very good point. Thank you, Hugh.
Hi, Dr. Nerenberg. This is Catherine Martinez.
Catherine, very good to hear from you, Catherine.
Hi. So I just wanted to mention something related to health. What you mentioned earlier about regret and everything and creating a burden to other family members. I want to say right off the bat, my grandfather, he died a long time ago with dementia and other issues. And one of the burden was he wasn't doing hygiene. So he wasn't brushing his teeth a lot. So it created like a bacterial infection with the soap and everything. So it became so severe that's what he died from, along with dementia. And it just created a lot of burden, like for my mom.
So he had bacterial infections from what oral health is key to overall health.
Right. And it was just very tiresome. Like, I understand, like, family, like you have to get together and everything and help everyone out. But it was very detrimental to my mom as well, because she was losing sleep, taking care of us, when we were younger, my brother and I, and then just trying to take care of the household along with my grandfather.
God bless your mother that she did it.
So
that was honorable on her part.
Like, it creates a huge burden. So that's why it's very imperative to just focus on your health. It's never too late to focus on health before you get to the hospital. Because I've seen a lot of patients working at the hospital for so many years where they come in with, obesity, high blood pressure, and it leads to heart attacks and strokes.
Everybody I know who's died prematurely. To some extent, they co-created. Heck, I almost did myself in, by the way, I was eating. I had a heart attack when I was 61. I was at that time trying to get big because I was trained to be a world champion powerlifter, which I did do. I succeeded at it. But if I could have died, that was like 23 years ago. That could have killed me. It was called the widowmaker, the LAD. That's a bad one. I had 90% occlusion of that artery. And I did it to myself. So if I would have passed then, well, we wouldn't be here now. We wouldn't have really developed as much at all on the honor movement. But maybe that's why God kept me here. But whatever, I did it to myself. I did that. So it's not just others of that. So now, I'm 65. I ended up with prostate cancer. Took the title strongest drug-free man in the world for my age and weight. Then I said, okay, now the goal is to stay alive. So my foundation of my eating is beans, greens, and berries. I take different supplements and garlic, onions, salmon. I eat other things at times, but the foundation is beans, greens, and berries. Yes. Is there anything else you want to add on that, Kathleen?
Thank you.
No, thank you. That's good. That really illustrates the point perfectly. And everybody benefited from hearing you, all of us. It's been my pleasure, again, my privilege to present to you, we need a revised American dream. Honor, money and opportunity, unity through honor. Thank you very, very much for being here.
The sea of destiny is in your deepest struggle. God's will and mine be one, and I wish you well. You are co-creator, respectfully real. There's a way in the valley that turns weakness to steel. We're known through all eternity. From strife we gain power, clothed in grace and love, disciples of honor. All the days of our lives refuse the way of shame. We wish nobody harm, have no one to blame. Your high calling will be done, and pure eyes now glow. In darkness crave the good, like waters from the desert flow. I pledge my love all the days of my life. I pledge my soul to all that is good. I pledge my heart to my brothers and sisters who I join in the light, leave a legacy of honor. We're known through all eternity. From strife we gain power, clothed in grace and love, disciples of honor. All the days of our lives refuse the way of shame. We wish nobody harm, have no one to blame. Your high calling will be done, and pure eyes now glow. In darkness crave the good, like waters from the desert flow.